Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. It only took about a week for the game to come back up, which rather surprised me. They mentioned that it should be over a week, but here we are on a Tuesday, and the game's back. I mean, it just came back, actually. I was checking my news, and I saw, like, within the last 40 minutes or so, it's been longer than that, actually, since I stepped away from my computer, but I noticed that it had come up today with not too much fanfare at the moment, but I'm sure that's changing as I speak anyway and do this recording. Now, please forgive me for a little bit of roughness in my voice. I was unfortunately violently sick last night. Now, being the ever consummate professional, I shall still try to give you guys a video regarding what's changed on Heroes of the Storm. So if you can forgive the graveliness, we shall move on. So the first change, as you can kind of see, this is exactly what came up when I first started the game. I'm not entirely sure what this does. So it's asking, what's your experience? Are you new? You're just starting out? Are you casual? You're familiar with kind of the basics? Are you a veteran, so you know what you're doing? Or are you a master? Do you rock hard? Question is, what do these do? I do not know. I have tried looking it up. I cannot find any official posts from Blizzard, including the patch notes, or any of the screens that say, welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. You know, hey, there's nothing there that says what these are. I might venture a guess that these might affect your starting ranking. So if you join in the game, and usually when you're playing with other people, you have this kind of background rating that judges everything you do, from kills, deaths, to numbers of wins and losses, and gives you a private ranking. A lot of these games do that. And this might give you a different default ranking so that you're placed with people of similar skill level. Of course, I'm pretty sure that if you choose new and you're not new, you will be brought up to your proper ranking fairly quickly. But that's really hard to say. Beyond that, I'm really not sure what these do, especially since there's 4 ranks of these. Now, for myself, I will probably pick Veteran. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm not exactly pro, though. I don't say I rock hard, unfortunately. I've never pretended to be that. Beyond that, I would wonder if choosing new would give you a tutorial. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick right around where I believe. Let's see what happens here. And it looks like I get a tutorial anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and record this for the people that, of course, still are not in the game. We are still in a technical alpha. Blizzard has mentioned the words open beta in one of their news reports. So that tells me that we're more than likely going to see an open beta, but I don't know when. I'm actually really surprised that this isn't beta status now. Like, it could just be closed beta, and I would think that would be fairly appropriate. Because the game at this point has been tied into their hardware, their production hardware. So they say, supposedly, we're not going to see any more wipes when it comes to money and levels. Alright, now, moving on. I've cut out, at this point, would have cut out the tutorial. Those who wanted to see that will want to go check the other video that I'll be releasing. There wasn't too much in the tutorial that was different. At this point, the main difference is that there was an additional tutorial added for talents that allowed the game to pause when you went in to choose talents and abilities. So now we're looking back in, we can see that the 2 new characters have been added, Asmodan and Anubarak. Everything has been reset. You can see that I am at level 1 and I have no gold. We do have some new areas available here for us to go into. We have community not available yet, but we can do watch. You can watch matches now. And as you can see, it does keep a certain amount of things stored for me, so I can see my training in Dragonshire in the tutorial. I could go back and look at those. So now I could actually record matches and go back and look at them again. So if I wanted to, for future videos, I could watch the video from a third-party perspective instead of playing it as I comment. I'm not sure I want to do that, but I have the option now. So not much has really changed as a UI standpoint, really. Everything appears to be mostly the same. Let's go into the options real quick to see if anything has changed here, because what I'd like to know is if the changing of the keys has been changed in any way. So if I go to hotkeys, okay, no, they haven't changed that at all. So they haven't added any of the polish yet. So I actually thought there was going to be a bit more polish added with the week down. Of course, I was expecting the game to be down for more than a week. So let's kind of talk about the changes here. First, let's go to the shop, and we can take a look at some of the bundles here. They've added a lot of the old bundles again to the game, so if you missed it, if you were in the alpha and you missed any of the bundles, you can get them now. Quite a few mounts have also, of course, been added. Some of these are only available through bundles now. So, well, that's $19.99, so it does give a price. So what you'll notice is that anything that does not have a gold amount is only available through cash, it appears. So what they've made it is they made it so that you cannot buy these mounts with any kind of gold. You can only buy these with cash, except for the piggy bank. The piggy bank is very different. This one is completely new. I would like to get rid of this chat screen. I wish I could. Can you please go away? Unfortunately, it looks like I won't. Scroll all the way down. I think it will. There we go. It starts fading. Very good. All right, so the piggy bank is a completely new mount added as of this patch. This is meant for gold hoarders. As you can see, it's 20,000 gold. That is twice as much as the most expensive hero. So this is really only meant for those people that have a whole bunch of gold. Oh, you can even turn it pink to its original. Oh my goodness. Okay. So this is intended. Oh, new icon. Hold on. Yeah. Cool. This is intended for the people that have a bunch of gold, nothing to spend it on. So if you bought all the heroes, or maybe you bought all the heroes with real money, you have something to spend your money on. Something of a status symbol, I would say. A lot of mounts are only available through some of these bundles. Let's see some of the bundles that are available right now. We do have Asmodan and Asgul'dan, so a Warcraft version of Asmodan, which is kind of neat. That's pretty neat. I like that. Nubarak and the Cyber Nubarak, which I think is cool. I would like to see more mech options of different characters. Like Tassadar, for example, has a mech skin that I really like, and it's a shame I don't really like Tassadar himself, though. So some of these, like the Alpha Starter Bundle, right? The Rainbow Unicorn, available through this package. Here, another mount, the Nazibra. So we saw that the Rainbow Unicorn was available. Going back to the shop, if I go to mounts again, the Rainbow Unicorn is available for individual purchase. However, go to the bundles once again. Here in the Nexus bundle, Nazibra is not available at all as a standalone purchase. If you want this mount, you have to buy the Nexus bundle. So what do you get from the Nexus bundle? Well, we get Nova, Falstad, Sonya, ETC, Nazeebo, Zagara, Lily, and Tassadar. We also get a few different skins: Roller Derby, Glam, Grimskull, Nazeebo, and Explorer Lily. But Nazibra, very specific, again, a new mount. Zebra looks kind of like the Witch Doctor designed here. Very cool. But I can't look at the variants of this mount because it's not available in my mount list. So I can't show you the different colors. Heroes variety, we can see we get different characters from each of the different universes. Here we have the starter bundle, which gives you the Armored Warsteed. So this is another mount that is available only through a bundle. The Armored Warsteed is only available through the starter bundle. And it does give you Raynor, Malfurion, and Muradin. So it looks like Raynor is not a character that is immediately, or that's going to be available all the time. So it looks like they are going to break away from that, because why else would you purchase him if he's available all the time? It is a fairly cheap bundle. As you can see, about $5 gives you him, and of course this wonderful Armored Warsteed. Cyberwolf is available here on the StarCraft bundle. And the Armored Warsteed is also available here in the Warcraft bundle. So if you don't want to get the other starter pack, you can get the Arthas, Uther, and Falstad pack and get yourself an Armored Warsteed. We do have a Diablo bundle, Nazeebo, Tyrael, and Diablo. You may be wondering, well, why isn't the Demon Hunter in here? Well, I think that's because of the pre-orders to Reaper of Souls, that a lot of people already have her, so adding it to the bundle, they would probably not have been a lot of value added there, and that could be why that's happened. It looks like we also have a Golden Cyberwolf. That one's new. This one comes into the Battle bundle with Raynor, Diablo, and Tyrande, with various skins for them as well: Blood Elf, Lurkablo, and Commander. Any other new mounts added to the bundles? Well, let's take a look. We've got looks like specific bundles for specific roles. So, Assassins bundle, we can see that no Assassins for Diablo. Interesting. All right. Support bundle. A Warrior bundle. Heavy Hitters bundle. Put Uther in that, huh? Makes sense. The Beatdown bundle. Heroes of Light bundle. Okay, looks like War Master Shin is available, as is Grunty Mercury. A lot of individual bundles here. Big Top Gazlo. Tyrael's Elite bundle. So, like, all of the old bundles are still here. I'm mainly looking to see if there's new mounts added, and it doesn't look like there are. Okay, so I've already shown you all the new mounts. There you go. So the downside of this is, let's go into my character stats here and take a look at that. Everything is obviously locked out, or everything's back to level 1. We can see the rewards haven't changed, right? So again, this is another downside. They took out all the gold beyond level 15, so you don't get much gold at the end of the game when you're leveling up. So honestly, getting level 15 is the end game. Levels 16 through 40, there is nothing there. Why they do it that way, I don't know. There will probably be more things added later. I'm hoping. I'm kind of hoping they'll add the gold back in, because really that was a great way to reward players for playing the long haul. I really don't know what else they would put down here. Maybe mounts? I mean, they could put exclusive mounts for players that have played a very long time. That is definitely an option. I think that would be something they should consider. Something, really. Why have a level cap of 40 and nothing to show for it is really my big point there. Daily quests are not available until level 6, so that kind of sucks for me. I'm going to have to earn gold the old-fashioned way. But if you look at this, once again, the heroic ability, talents, and expert talents are all level 1 through 3. So talents are locked out on a character-specific level, and I still don't like that. They've kept that in the game, and I'm hoping that by the time we get to open beta, that changes. I really, really do. I know it's only level 4, and I know that you can get that fairly quickly. And one thing they're doing with this current patch is they're giving us a week of extra experience to be able to get past that point. But the characters that we don't have unlocked will not benefit from that. So that sucks, in my opinion. I don't like the fact that they gate you on a character-specific level. On an account level, fine. Don't let me get my talents until level 8 or whatever you want to do. But don't force me to have to pick or have to play with a reduced talent set for these characters if I don't want to. Especially if I'm a veteran of the game and have played the game for some time. Alright, one other change here to when it comes to mounts, since I talked about the other mounts. There is another mount that was added to the game that is freely available, but for some reason isn't in the mount list. It's this, the Battle Beast. Now, certain heroes will ride this mount into battle on a default level. Characters like Stitches, Diablo, and Murky will ride this into battle as a default. So if you choose random, you should get that mount. Otherwise, you still get the common horse. And as we can see, the other mounts are here available to purchase. So for gold, you can buy the piggy bank. For money, you can buy the unicorn. Same thing with the dire wolf and cyber wolf. And you can see that the mounts that are only... So like the War Steed. The War Steed is here, but you can see it's not purchasable. You have to buy him in one of 2 bundles. Oddly enough, the other 2 mounts that should be here are not available either. There is a Cyber War Steed or a Celestial War Steed that will be added for BlizzCon participants, although I can imagine why that's not here because that hasn't happened yet. But the Golden Wolf and the War Steed... No, the Armor War Steed is here, but the Golden Wolf isn't here. I believe there was supposed to be one other. You'll have to forgive me, I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But... yeah, I'm kind of surprised that not all of them are showing up here, so that'll probably be something that they work with over time. A lot of the UI hasn't really changed. I can see that a lot of the aesthetics and the way you go through things are basically staying the same here in this area. Let me go ahead and show you, I think one of the last things to go over would be the new skins that have been added. We're going to go ahead and start off with a Noob Arak. So the skins for him are, well, you have the normal trader skin, and you have the Cyberak Anubarak, but he has his legendary skin added to the game as well. So come and compare the two. Here's the regular, and here is his master skin. Asmodan is a regular. I'll go ahead and show off his secondary skin as well, as Gul'dan. And then here is his master skin, so comparing the two. A little bit of golden armor added to Asmodan. Chin has been given his master skin. We can see here he has the master chin, a little bit of a, kind of a cloth hanging from his hat, but he's got one of those traditional hats with the holes in it so he can see out of it. It's kind of neat. I'm not 100% sure what I think about that one, because it really appears that they take the base skin of him and they just add kind of a bit of armor, change the armor a bit. But then again, that seems to be what they've done with a lot of these master skins, is they appear to be kind of armor changes. Wondering if it would be nice to see a few more changes as well to some of the characters. Although it's not terrible, it's probably not my favorite master skin. Gazolo has been given his master skin, so we'll take a look, compare the regular skin to the master skin. And we see the big difference here is a slight different discoloration on the robot itself, but also some front adornments added to it. And of course, Gazlo giving himself a little bit of armor. To give you quite a look at that. Let's take a look compared to the rear. Not much there in the back. Alright, so that's Gazlo's master skin. Alright, here's Murky, his normal skin, and his master skin. So Murky's is kind of neat. I like his a little bit, because he does get like the shorts and a conch shell, like scuba gear, but of course for going out on land. So there you go. Here's the storm boots as well. His fish also getting a little bit of a rebreather. That's kind of funny. So I do like Murky's. I think that's kind of neat. I like the fact that they didn't really take it super serious and just give him a whole bunch of super armor. Witch Doctor Nazebo getting a Master Skin as well. Here is your default look. And Master Skin look. He's massive headgear when it comes to the Witch Doctor. I have heard this complaint, and I kind of mirror it when it comes to Nazebo's skin, is that the dagger looks a little bit off. Like, it doesn't look like it is a weapon that actually would do damage. Like here, that looks like a sharp dagger. This looks like it's, I don't know, like a plastic dagger, like it wouldn't actually cut anything. So I can understand that complaint, but overall, I don't mind it too much. The mask is huge, but all the Witch Doctor masks have been kind of that way. But there you go, that is the Witch Doctor's Master Skin. And last and not least, we have the skin for Sergeant Hammer. So basic Sergeant Hammer skin, and then the Master Skin. As you can see, it adds, looks like it adds like a cow catcher here at the bottom, which is kind of neat. And the treads have been... well, that's kind of interesting. They actually lose armor in this case. So most characters gain armor. Here, Sergeant Hammer loses a little bit of armor on the front, but as we can see, it gains a little bit on the weapon here. I would actually like to be able to see this in siege mode to see what kind of changes that has, because you can see here on the back, there's a little flag as well. Since you can't see it here, I'll take it into try real quick, and I'll show the siege mode off on the Master Skin. All right, real quick, going to show off. Here's Sergeant Hammer's Master Skin in-game. And we'll go ahead and do the siege mode. So there you are. You can see the just the way the gun is affected. Not too different. The reason why I wanted to take a look at the gun in siege mode is because I know that one of the Sergeant Hammer's other skin has a slightly different looking gun with something that flips down, so I wanted to see if there was anything that changed there. It doesn't look like there is. So unfortunately, I'd have to say I'm slightly disappointed in Sergeant Hammer's Master Skin. Does it look pretty cool? Yes, but I think it could be cooler because I think the other skin really shows that. Now, the last skin I want to show off is not a Master Skin. It is the first of Legendary skins. Now, it is the Infected Tychus. Now, as you can see, this is not a skin that's new. This was a skin that existed before, but the art has been updated on it. You can kind of see there's a few changes to it, and including the broken view visor, it looks like. So there is some differences to this skin. So the skin itself has been given a nice art upgrade, but that's not the important part. This is called a legendary skin, mainly because it's the first skin that they're doing a massive overhaul of art assets for. So what I'll do is I'll kind of go in here into match, and you can kind of see the way some of his abilities have been changed. Now, I haven't looked at any of these yet, so I don't know the extent of the changes, but I do know they mentioned that the Odin had been upgraded. So what I'm going to do is get myself to level 10 real quick so that we can take a look at the Odin with the new skin. All right, let's go ahead and get off the mount. And that's the other thing, as you can probably hear from the voiceover, his voice has been changed. So there's different audio, different video, visuals. So let's go ahead and use, let me see, toggle minions. We'll take a look at some of the abilities. So, oh, okay. So the grenade, as you can see, was given a very... Everything is very Zerg themed, because the grenade had kind of a splash of acid. The gun looks like it's got an acid attack. It's not actually changing. So yeah, it's very green. A lot of it is very green. It's not actually changing the type of attacks that they are, but it is just giving them a different visual look. You can even see that when I do the dash, there's kind of a push there. Some acid coming out of you. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Odin. Oh, hello. Actually, I will go ahead and get up to level 20 so we can kind of see what all the different changes are here. Let's go ahead and get the... There we go. Big red button. Oh, wow, and the missiles that you have are actually Zerglings. Let's clear the cooldown. They're not Zerglings, but they are a Zerg unit. I'll just go ahead and hit W. You can see there it is, a whole bunch of... I'm not going to be able to say what type of unit they are, but you can at least see that when they fly out, a whole bunch of Zerg-like units appear. The only one that hasn't changed really is the Nuclear Blast. So a lot of new art assets going into effect here. This isn't the first time I've seen something like this. I believe Smite was experimenting with something like this, where you could get skins that massively changed all of your abilities. I shouldn't say experimenting with, because they actually did do it. Things like Vermana had a very specific skin that changed a lot of things that he did. Hercules had a baseball skin where he changed one of his ultimates was actually changed into a large baseball. So this is not an entirely new concept, but I like the idea that Blizzard is actually looking into doing something like that too. Because it means that you can have skins that completely change the way you go about doing things, the way your abilities look. It doesn't change how they function, thankfully. Wow. Okay, that's cool. That's pretty cool. And it even has a green laser. Alright, so there you go. These are changes to Tychus and the way the new legendary skin works. That's very cool. I hope to see more of these in the future. Now, I'm curious about the price of his legendary skin. So what I'm trying to do is find some comparable skins here. So we've got Tyrael, who's got a skin worth 740, a skin that's worth 10. And, of course, the master skins are only available through gold. And, of course, you have to get the level. Tychus, his skin is $14.99, so there is definitely more money involved there. So that is the most expensive skin I think they've got. 15 bucks for a skin, you might be thinking, is quite a bit. And the truth is, yes, that is a lot of money. But it is a skin that adds a lot of... Let me get out of that, I didn't want to do that. Oh, yeah, I'll mention that here in a second. It does add voice assets, art assets, and things like that. So the idea that they're asking for more money for it kind of makes sense. It's not something I think I'll ever pay for, unless it was a character that I plan to spend a lot of time playing. Simply because, 15 bucks, you could use that to buy, a pretty good indie game or a game's on sale on Steam. But this is a kind of a pricing model I've seen with a lot of these other games, where they make something like this very important, very spectacular, make it so that people want it, and then, of course, they are kind of a rarity on the battlefield because not everybody's going to want to pay for it. But you're going to have the people that want to support the game, that like this character, like the skin, and they're going to buy it. It's going to happen. So there's going to be a lot of complaints. People are going to complain about the price of this skin. It's going to happen. I can guarantee you that almost 100%. But at the same time, I understand why. Because I look at the pricing scheme that Path of Exile uses for their free-to-play game. They do kind of the same thing, where they add cosmetics that can be very expensive. And the reason they do that is because people ask for them. They have cheap cosmetics so that everybody can afford them, but then they have expensive ones because there are players out there that want to have a status symbol. They want to say, hey, I dropped money on this game. I want to look different. There are some people that just want to be able to show off that they supported the game. It happens. Now, something else to show off here is that there is this Wonder Billie mount. This is a mount that is only available through the alpha. If you make a purchase in this game, if you make a real money transaction purchase in the game and during the current alpha, you'll be granted this Wonder Billie mount. Once the game hits closed beta or open beta, this will no longer be available. I want to specifically say open beta because I do believe the wording on that was open beta. So this will only be a limited time mount for people that are participating in the current alpha. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's quite a bit to go over. Obviously, as you can see, there's not a lot functionally different. A lot of things are aesthetic. There have been a lot of character changes, though, too. I'm not going to go over all of them here. Lastly, I wanted to go over this. The fact that custom games are back. Draft mode is not available yet. That, I think, is going to be kind of cool to see how that pins out. I think that's going to be the one where, much like many games of this nature, you will probably only see one character on either side. So like if I chose Raynor, someone on the enemy team can't be Raynor. So it's almost like all the characters can only be picked once. So that's kind of cool if that's the way they do that. But custom games, I'll go ahead and select this. What I like about custom games is you can go to whatever map you want to take a look at them. And you can pretty much do whatever you want when it comes to custom games. And now this is only this is only a very limited UI for it. They're going to make changes to this, but you can invite friends. You can invite people to be not only on your team but on the enemy team. You can also invite observers. It's UI. So if I click on observer, I can invite someone to the lobby, and I can also fill AI for all my allies and enemies if I want. So what this means is I can make an entire team based off of AI. I can make an enemy team of AI with a bunch of friendly companions, or I could do a one-on-one match, right? What if I want to fight with a single person, right? Someone on my friends list. We want to do a one-on-one, but we fill the whole game with bots. We could do that. There's several different things you can do with this, and we can see you can even change the difficulty on some of these AI. So I can make one of them beginner, elite, So I could like make that AI beginner. Now, again, this is only the initial implementation. As you can see, there's Elite AI all on my team. You can't see that very easily over here. I'm sure they will change it to where the AI setting is very obvious, because it kind of sucks to have to go through each one of these individually to see where they're set at. I'm also noticing, okay, here we go. I have to set it down here. So I'm sure this will all change. They will probably make it so that like the left and the right side more accurately represent the teams for each side. But this is pretty cool that you can actually go in here, do a custom game. And unfortunately, though, even though it is a custom game and it doesn't count towards any of your stats, you still can't pick any of the characters you haven't unlocked. But custom games are in with Observer mode. So that's the beautiful thing, is Observer mode is now available. And match replays are now available, so I will be looking forward to that, as I might consider using that for some things in the future. We'll have to see. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the latest patch for Heroes of the Storm. Now I need to go through and, of course, pick the characters I'm going to do things about, which are more than likely going to be Asmodan and Ubarak. But I have to play them a bit and level them up a bit before I can actually do anything else with them. And unfortunately, I have to make a lot of progress back, as I was a level 40 character. But most of all, I'm very happy that the game is now tied into Battle.net now. You can see now here everything that I have for my Battle.net account is finally available, and my name is active and people can see me online. So people can talk to me in the game if they want as well. So all that's tied in. We are again in production hardware. So expect to see more invites go out. So all you people that haven't been able to play yet, you'll probably get your chance. Well, hopefully you do. So good luck to all of you that are not in the alpha yet. Your time will probably come shortly. Thanks again for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I do apologize for the raggedness of the voice, but I will see you all next time.